Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Armani Thomas. And today's video is about 3 different stages that everybody at some point in life has gone through, is in the middle of, or is about to go through. In fact, those 3 was my hints. Anyway, the 3 stages are trials of life. The 3 storms. You either are heading into a storm, you're in the middle of the storm, or you just got out of a storm. Nobody talks about, man, I'm on my way into some crazy stuff right now, but I'm going to keep my head held high, and what do you mostly hear? Man, it's crazy what I'm going through right now. Man, I'm going through that too. That's wild. Oh, man, that happened to you too. You hear people in the midst of it, and you certainly hear, dang, man, I just got done such and such and such. I didn't think I was going to make it through that, but you definitely hear that because people permeate it. They talk about it again and they talk about it again. Why are you reliving it? No one wants, keyword, no one wants to relive traumatic events in their life, let alone challenges that life throws at us, right? So why do we permeate that? That's a mindset. You're living in the past. You can take the 3 stages of trials and you can literally make that a part of your reality, and you can use that to fuel you. Okay, so what do you mean, Armani? Like, how do you mean, Armani? I will give you a great example that everyone can relate to. Walking up a steep hill. Whether we like it or not, there are hills in our neighborhoods, in our towns, cities, and states. And at some point, you walk up a hill, or you drive up a hill. Now, why do I use the example of a hill? It's the incline for people that work out, right? For people that run, for people that drive, jog, walk. The incline is where you see the results. When you're walking on a flat surface, it's like you waking up for the day. Like, okay, everybody does that. Make sense? When you're walking down a hill, it's like, man, I'm off work. I get to chill out, or I got a new opportunity that I can do my skill, you know? So, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off. The game is about to come on. That TV show, the new episode came out today. That new movie came out. Yeah, I'm gonna go see that movie. I'll do my what's the name tomorrow. Because people are avoiding the incline. Now, why would people avoid the incline? Because that's when it hurts. That's where the pain is. But I want you to understand something. By avoiding the incline, the challenges, where the pain is, learning new stuff, reinventing yourself, this is where you take off. This is where you succeeded through a new trial. And by exceeding through a new trial in life, you became better because of that experience. Does that make sense? So it's like you're in the midst of a storm, you just came out of a storm, or you about to go into a storm, right? Wherever you are in life, embrace it. I remember I used to hear people say, man, that's the best time when you're in the middle of something difficult in life, when you're going through a lot, when your plate is heavy, or you feel like it's more than you can bear or handle. I couldn't understand that. To me, it's like, why would you want pain? Why would you want struggle? Why would you want the rough parts of life? And then I got older, and then I became more wise and more experienced, and I became more knowledgeable, and I started to learn that's where you grow thicker skin. That's where your endurance becomes longer. That's where your mind fine-tunes in a smart way. That's where you make wiser decisions. That's when you start to make better choices for yourself. That's when you take more charge of your life. Does that make sense? Because it did to me. I have a brother that we joke around, and he says sometimes he thinks that he might have not necessarily a death wish, but for some reason, every year he gets hit by a car, at least one time. And I think every single day he hurts himself. Not on purpose, let me make that clear. Somehow, some way, accidentally, he gets hurt. He comes home from work with a new scar, or a new cut, or a new bruise. For years, he would laugh. And I couldn't understand. I'm like, how can you laugh about that? I'm not experienced that, right? How can you laugh about that? Somebody that don't enjoy pain. How can you laugh about something that hurts you? This is a new way of thinking I never experienced before. And I remember him saying the words, because it makes me tougher. You ever hear the saying, what doesn't kill you make you stronger? There's even a song. And then I heard a motivational speaker say, you 100% have survived every problem, every traumatic experience, every painful experience, every hardship, that other argument, that past broken relationship, your heart being broken again, that other person telling you no, you getting it wrong again, you quitting and then choosing to do something else, you rose another day, did you not? What didn't kill you made you stronger. It made you wiser. It made you better. So the person that you used to be, you are no longer that person, because without those hardship experiences, you wouldn't have grew that tough skin. Does that make sense? I had a time frame in my life where every second I was terrified. Does anyone knows how that feels to live that way? Every second you are terrified of life. You're always looking over your shoulder. You're always fidgeting. You can't think of something positive and plant a seed to grow something new, because you can't help but to think of the stones or the thunderstorm or whatever the past traumatic experience that happened to you, that it was the stones that beat down the dirt, the soil, that is the nutrients to help you grow something new, to help you even have great positive thoughts and ideas towards growing something new. Does that make sense? People tell you to face your fears. I had someone tell me, she's my best friend, I call her my big sister. I had somebody tell me, even though you are scared, even though you are terrified, and your heart might be doing this in your chest, don't let people see it. I couldn't understand that. But she's almost twice my age, so she's wiser, and I'm learning. This is me about 10 years ago. And with that helped me begin to face my fears. It was the challenges of the fear, the traumatic experiences that enabled that fear. Me living in the past and replaying and permeating those traumatic experiences, while that fear continued to be where it began, where it was born. And it wasn't until I stood up for myself. It wasn't until I started to believe that life will not be this way for me anymore. I cannot move on if I'm stuck feeling like what's over, what's gone and what's done. So I had to go through the hardships of coming out of the habit and the timeline of my life at that time, of always looking over my shoulder, looking out the window to see if whatever, always checking my phone, always checking the time, always going to the window and looking outside. Sketchy, scared, terrified, nervous, anxiety. How was any of those types of behaviors serving me? They wasn't. I had to look in the mirror and I had to make a choice to reinvent myself. And I decided no more will my past have a hold on me. Because there is no way that I can teach my kids to be brave and to stand up for themselves when all they do is see their mother telling them this at home, petrified, terrified every second. That contradicts itself. So I can't expect for my kids to be brave, to harness challenges, to take on challenges, to work through those challenges or anything like that and become better if they're growing up and all they see is their mother, the complete opposite. Not brave, not strong, not wise. Reliving the same thing repeatedly over and over and over again. So I made a choice and I reinvented myself. Regardless, you are coming out of a storm, you are in the middle of a storm right now, or you about to go into a storm. However old you are, right now, this second that you are watching this video, you have 1000% excelled, succeeded through all of the other hardships that you've endured, experienced, or went through. And some of them were extremely heavy. Some of them you never experienced before, and you didn't understand, you didn't even think, you didn't have a thought, and you didn't know how you were going to get through it. But look at you today. You made it. Smile. Dust your shoulder off. Clap for yourself if you have to. But use that. Use that when you reinvent yourself. As you're dealing with the 3 stages that no matter where we are, where we position ourselves to be, and where we came from, no matter We will endure those 3 stages of life. You're either going to let that define you or you're going to define it. Make a choice. Because I mentioned before, and I'm going to say it again. Our life, this is the way that we are living our lives. Everything we say, everything we think, everything we feel, everything we do, we are writing our story. And at the end of that book, you're going to look at it like, man, that was a damn good book. I gave 1,000% every single day. You know what? I didn't always give it 1,000%. Some days I gave it 500%. I had days where I started off and I was at 100%. I was at 50%. But I learned to 10x 3 times, max out, because I started using my heart. I started using my heart. And I evolved. I molded. I made grit. That beast that I didn't know I had. Or you're going to read your book. And you're going to get at the end of it. And you're going to be like, I wish I would have. Man, I don't like that part of my life, but I wish I did that better. Or I wish I learned from that and I did this from. But instead, I let it define me. Because that experience happened and I didn't harness any energy from it. I didn't do anything about it. I just let it happen. So, what is your book of life going to look like? That's all I got for you today, the 3 stages of life. Do me a favor, if you enjoy this content, make sure you like this video and you comment the 3 stages of life below and you get to work. If this impacted you anyway, please share it with a friend that you feel like could get the same knowledge. Because what maybe you already got, somebody else didn't. Or maybe what you just got, someone else can get to. Thank you so much for watching my content. And like I always say, enough said, it's time to get to work. Let's go.